Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new, hi, my name is Cassie and you're very much welcome to the channel. On this channel I make videos on womanhood, self-improvement and lifestyle in general. Trust me, you're going to love it here. Just go ahead and click the subscribe button, okay? Today we're going to be talking about low self-esteem, because I believe there is a point in our lives where we feel very low, and that point in our life, it may have affected us one way or the other. You guys, if you're hearing bird sound, I live in an animal dominated area where you get to hear bird sounds, you get to hear chicken sounds, you get to hear dog sounds. Okay, so please kindly ignore that. Okay, so at a point in our lives we must have felt very down. It may have affected our self-esteem. If you notice, this channel is very new and I intend to take it a step at a time. We'll have to look at some of the problems we face as women, and after looking at the problems we start talking about the solutions. Okay, that is what I am always about. I always talk about the problems first before we now start diving into solutions. And today we are going to be talking about low self-esteem. We're going to be looking at signs that shows that you have low self-esteem. Of course, I'm going to talk about how to deal with this in subsequent videos, okay, which is why you should go ahead and click the subscribe button right now. No one was born with low self-esteem. This is something that started in our early stages of life, either from our parents or any adult around. Okay, this particular topic is something very dear to me, because at a point in my life I had my low moments. I felt very down, and it kind of affected my self-esteem to a certain level. And this is something that happened with a lot of adults around me at the time. I had situations where I was called a dog by adults, people around me. Yeah. And the reason why I was called a dog was because at that stage in my life, guys, I'm laughing at this right now, but then it was not a laughing matter, because I felt really angry whenever anyone calls me a dog. They call it in Igbo. At that point I was very angry. Whenever I'm being called, I run to my mom or my dad and I begin to cry, and I begin to say, this person called me so thin. And my mom will be, she'll say, no, you don't have to. She played a very good role, a very big role into building my self-esteem whenever I feel down, because I had a relationship with my mom. Whenever somebody talks to me or talk down on me, I go straight to my mom, and she has a way of saying, don't believe them, don't do this, don't do that. And it kind of kept me in check. As I was saying, I had situations where I was being called a dog, and that was because of the way I walked. I still walk that way, but don't go and be looking at me when I walk. I still walk that way, but not the way I used to when I was much younger. Now we now add some effigy, some steps to our walks, but then we cared less. So we walk very scattered, and yeah, I walked so scattered. So at that point I was very conscious. It almost ruined my self-esteem. Like I said, it's funny now, but it was not funny at the point. And all these things that I'm talking about right now, a lot of people don't know they have low self-esteem. They just think, oh, this is who I am. But it is staring, it is very glaring that they have low self-esteem. And like I said, it is things that happen at the early stages in life. And bullying is also another factor that may have resulted to a lot of people having low self-esteem. And when I say bullying, I am not just talking about bullying from people who are older. I am talking about bullying from peers, your age mates. I'm going to be using myself a lot in this video, because at a point also I was bullied. I was bullied because I had low developments. I remember my mates then, they were all having, they were all growing, puberty stage, everybody's having boobs, and it is showing, and mine is not showing. I remember somebody saying, you can't hang with us. She was saying it to somebody else, and I overheard it. She does not have boobs. So she said that, and I felt really bad. I felt really bad about it when I heard it, and I'm like, okay, it kind of it played on me. It almost got to, you know, ruining my self-esteem. And like I said, I always run to my mom, and I was telling my mom said it is fine. I think that was the moment where my mom gave me a book as a gift, which is Every Woman. She wanted me to understand that everybody's body system is different. We all grow and develop in different ways and different time, and it's all playing out now. I've seen kids, I have 3 kids, I've seen kids who lose their teeth at a very early stage, let's say 5, and I've seen some lose theirs at 7 and even 8. Okay, so she was letting me know that it is okay not to, you know, develop all those things when others are developing it. Yours will definitely come. And guys, mine came, and when it came in surplus. To some extent, it actually did touch my self-esteem. As a parent also, I always say this, that we should also mind the words we use in correcting our children, the way we shout and, you know, correct and caution our children. I scream, I shout at my kids, but I mind the words I use, because I don't do gentle parenting, okay? I mind the words that I use for my children, because those are the things that will either make or mar your kids. Most of this low self-esteem situation are usually issues, things that happened, like I said, from the beginning of one's life, from the early stages of life. And some people grow up with this without knowing that they have low self-esteem. Now I'm going to share with you some things you do that shows that you have low self-esteem, and it crushes it even the more. Okay, so here I have marked out 11 points, 11 signs that shows you have low self-esteem. In no particular order. Number 1 is speaking negatively about yourself. You are always speaking negative things about yourself. You think so low about yourself. You don't see any good thing in you. You somehow, I don't think I can. You're always seeing yourself as the least. Anything at all that will make you look like you're not worthy, you're always saying it to yourself. That shows that you have a serious low self-esteem and you need help. The more negative self-talk you make to yourself, the more you crush your self-esteem. You keep saying you're not good enough, you're a failure. What's like, oh, I'm worthless, I'm a loser, I better not make this mistake again, or I'll just end it all. Nobody will like me. You know, you have not even tried, you have not even gone into the room already. You're already saying, nobody would like me. You're telling yourself, would this person like me? This person does not like me. You're already looking down on yourself. You're already talking down on yourself. You're always saying, nobody cares about me. I am always messing things up. And some people even go ahead to say, I don't think I'll ever be successful. That's the highest level of low self-esteem. You keep talking down on yourself. You keep blaming yourself. Exactly. You keep blaming yourself. When you keep saying to yourself, I know it is my fault. It is my fault that this thing happened. It is my fault. If not that I am here. If not that I am here, it wouldn't have happened. It is my fault. You start blaming yourself on things that you do not even have power over. All of that negative talks. I should have been slimmer. I should have been fatter. I should have. If you find yourself saying these things to yourself always, then it is time to look into your self-esteem. Number 2, comparing yourself with others. I have talked about comparing oneself with another person so much on this channel, and I think I am going to talk about it a lot more. Okay, but if you find yourself always comparing yourself, unnecessary, unhealthy competition with other people, you are always in a competition with other people, then you have low self-esteem. And this always beclouds your self-confidence, because for you to always compare yourself with another person, you do not see yourself as being worthy enough to be emulated. It screams inferiority complex. when you are always comparing yourself, and notice that you are always comparing yourself with people who are richer than you, people who are more successful. Funny enough, it usually gets to the point where you start comparing yourself with people who are even supposed to be looking up to you. It is that bad that you begin to ignore your own strength. If you don't look into this, it is going to lead to an unending circle of self-doubt and criticism. You will always criticize yourself because you are always looking at somebody else and looking at what that person is achieving, and you're comparing yourself constantly with that person. So you have to put that in check right now. Number 3, trying to be who you are not. Have you heard of copy? Yes, copy behavior. You are always copying. This person is doing this, or this person's husband has bought this for her. My own must buy that exact thing. This person is traveling for vacation. I must go to that vacation. That place that person is traveling to, that is where I want to go to. You are copying every single thing. I don't know if you've noticed. This person walks like this. I want to walk like this person. This person is always pantomiming. I want to always pantomime. I want to always pantomime. Like, you just start copying even the person's behavior, the things the person does, whether good or bad. You unknowingly start behaving like that and start copying the person verbatim. Copy behavior. Yeah, that is low self-esteem. You have the lowest self-esteem, in fact, and you need to put that in check. Number 4, enduring toxic relationship. Enduring, your name is endurance. You will endure a toxic relationship because you do not see anything good in you. You think the person is the one helping you for you to be in that relationship, be it a romantic relationship or just being friends with somebody, but you know it is toxic. This person abuses you in any way, verbally, physically, yet you are still there because you think the person is doing you a favor. Low self-esteem. You have low self-esteem. Another sign, which is number 5, is being too perfect. Overly perfect can lead to low self-esteem. Too perfect can crush your self-esteem. It can lead to low self-esteem. You are scared of failure. You don't want to fail. Unknowingly, you start pushing people away from you because you want to be too perfect. Nobody is getting it right for you. You are always on the edge. I want this. You are not doing this right. You tend to push people away. And once you become so lonely, it can lead to you or see as you having low self-esteem. You are scared to fail. You don't want to fail. You don't want to make mistakes. You can actually drive yourself into having low self-esteem with that attitude. Guys, this thing, I'm not ruling myself out. I've experienced it in a point in my life, and most people, a lot of people, have also experienced one of those things that I have mentioned so far at a point in their life, okay? The only thing is, I always say, when you work towards, better in yourself, when it comes to being perfect, I always wanted to be perfect. I am the kind of person that I will film a video. Yes, I am saying this, I'm calling myself out. I'll film a video if I don't like it. If it is not perfect enough for me, I'll cancel it and refilm. To some extent, it is not a bad thing. But when you start looking for loopholes at everything you do, it begins to set in as low self-esteem. Which brings us to the next point. Number 6, being a people pleaser. You are always trying to please people. You're always thinking about what somebody else thinks about you. You are always conscious of what people think, what another person thinks about you. You are a people pleaser. If you cannot say no, you find it very difficult to say no. You struggle to refuse requests. You struggle to decline invite. Even when it is not in your best interest, you can't say no. You end up giving more than you can afford. even when you are not willing. But because you are a people pleaser, you want to always do these things. The fear of rejection. You are scared. You are scared of being abandoned by anybody. That is you being a people pleaser. You don't want to disagree with anybody. You don't want to be in any confrontation. Yes, there are needs where you have to avoid some certain things, okay? But because you do not have a say to things that concerns you, to things that matters to you, you do not want this person to say, I don't want to talk to you anymore. I don't want you to be my friend again. You are scared. You want that validation. Yeah, that brings us to the next point. You always seek validation from people. Yeah, there are points where you ask for advice. There are points where you seek opinion, other people's opinion to do things. But in a situation whereby you know you have never made any decision on your own, you cannot think for yourself. You're always thinking about other people's validation, about what concerns you, what matters to you, then you have low self-esteem. And you need to put that in check. Which brings us to the next point. You find it very difficult to make friends. Okay, there are introverted people, there are shy people. Those are not the people I am talking about. I am talking about the fact that you feel unworthy of a particular person. So you find it very difficult to even converse, to even talk to people that you should be confident enough to talk to. You sit down and you feel unworthy, that you can't be in this circle, which boils down to looking down on yourself. So you don't even start the conversation at all to even see where it leads to, which is why most people with low self-esteem do not have friends. They are always alone. I'm going to post a video on how to make high value friends. I don't know when, but I'm definitely going to make that video. What self-esteem is believing whatever it is that you conceive and you believe is your self-esteem. So if you believe low of yourself in every aspect of life, then you have low self-esteem, okay? But I keep saying this to people that cares to listen. There is nobody I can't talk to. There is no place I can't enter. Even my friends knows this about me, which is why I'm also going to make a video on how to elevate your self-worth, how to be a confident woman, how to make high-value friends. I've said high-valued friends before. How to make high-valued friends. I'm going to make that video, just that I don't know when, but we are going. Speaking about seeking validation from other people, you are very, very accessible. You are too accessible. No boundaries. You do not have boundaries. Anybody can just walk into your space at any point. When you become too accessible, nobody rates you anymore. You have low self-esteem if you keep setting unrealistic goals for yourself. If you keep doing things that are unattainable, then you have low self-esteem. Now that I've pointed out the signs that shows that you have low self-esteem, you are now aware. You are now more aware of the fact that this thing I have been overlooking is actually low self-esteem, and it is time to work towards building your self-confidence. Guys, we have come to the end of today's video, and if you like this video, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos, if you want to see videos like the ones I have mentioned, how to build your self-confidence and self-worth, how to make high-value friends, and all others that are in store for us on this channel, then go ahead and click the subscribe button. Make sure you click the notification bell by the side of the subscribe button so that you get notified whenever I drop any video on this channel. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.